Prince Harry's latest swipe shows he's still bitter about one royal family move. According to a royal specialist, Prince Harry's most recent jab at the royal family reveals he's still upset about one specific action. The Duke of Sussex has indicated the day he moved to America permanently in company paperwork made public by the Mail. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. The United Kingdom was listed as the new country/state usually resident for Prince Henry Charles Albert David Duke of Sussex. However, filings made public by Companies House show that the USA is now that country. Harry indicated that he moved to the US on June 29, 2023. It is said that on this day, he and Meghan moved out of Frogmore Cottage in Windsor with their final possessions. In 2020, the Sussexes retreated from their role as senior royals and relocated to California, marking Harry's last day of residency 3 years later. According to royal analysts, the prince was deeply wounded by his father's decision to leave Frogmore, which was a gift from Harry's late grandmother Queen Elizabeth II to the pair for their wedding. Some have speculated that Harry picked the day in an attempt to make a remark. Charles and William knew it had to be done to emphasize Harry and Meghan were outside the firm, but he probably still thought he could keep a base here, royal author Phil Dampier said to The Sun. He has now expressed acceptance that his life is in the US. The Duke said earlier this year that he had thought about obtaining US citizenship, adding that it had crossed his mind and that doing so would require him to give up his titles. Calls have been made for Joe Biden's administration to make Prince Harry's visa documents public following remarks made by the US ambassador in London that the Democrat would not deport Prince Harry. The comments made by Jane Hartley are part of the case made by the Conservative Heritage Foundation think group in Washington, D.C., which has filed a lawsuit to obtain the files' release. The latest information also casts doubt on his ability to continue serving as a Counselor of State, one of the 7 members of the royal family with the authority to represent the monarch in the event of his illness or absence but requiring a UK abode. Prince Harry made a shocking decision to sever his links to the UK by changing his official address. According to the Daily Mail, the Duke of Sussex has amended his documents in Britain to reflect his move out of the nation. The USA is now listed as the new country/state usually resident for Prince Henry Charles Albert David Duke of Sussex, according to filings made public by Companies House. The move comes as legal action by the Conservative Heritage Foundation think tank in Washington, D.C., to obtain access to Harry's visa documents, has increased pressure on the administration of the American president to provide them. The Heritage Foundation filed a lawsuit in response to Harry's open disclosures of his drug usage, which raised questions about whether he had misrepresented himself on his visa application or received special treatment from U.S. authorities. This lawsuit comes after he disclosed his history of drug addiction in his 2023 memoir Spare, which was released 3 years after the US government approved his immigration. A judge has now ordered that the examination of Harry's visa paperwork take place in private. Regarding Travelist, the non-profit ecotourism organization he founded, the Duke filed the notice with Companies House. Harry's Companies House address was in the UK when the initiative was established, however that has since changed. At the annual general meeting of Travelist, an initiative he started in 2019 with the goal of making the travel sector more sustainable, Prince Harry recently made an unexpected appearance. The Duke of Sussex urged travellers to protect the places they visit while demanding action to maintain the beating heart of the travel industry via video conference from his Montecito house. It comes after questions were raised about whether the Duke would stay involved with the non-profit after Travelist declared last year that the charity had entered an incredibly exciting phase without mentioning him. In 2020, the Duke of Sussex and his spouse Meghan Markle formally resigned as senior working royals. They then relocated to the United States, where they presently reside in Montecito, California, with their 2 children, Prince Archie, who is 4, and Princess Lilibet, who is 2. He and Meghan were forced to leave their UK residence, Frogmore Cottage, last year, and now have no fixed address in the country. The late Queen Elizabeth gave the Duke and Duchess of Sussex Frogmore Cottage as a wedding present, but following the release of Harry Potter's memoir, Spare, in March of last year, they were asked to leave.